Hello everyone, welcome to Sudha's classroom. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the climate change. Climate change is one of the major issues that we are facing because of overpopulation, pollution and industrialization. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the greenhouse effect and global warming, followed by ozone layer depletion. Our planet, the Earth. The composition of Earth's atmosphere is found to be 78% of nitrogen, 20.6% oxygen, less than 1% argon, 0.4% water vapor, 0.0636% carbon dioxide, and trace gases such as neon, helium, krypton, hydrogen, ozone, methane, and nitrous oxides. Earth's atmosphere is slightly warmer than what it should be due to direct solar heating because of mild cause of greenhouse effect. The ground is being heated by the visible and the infrared light from the sun. The heated surface emits infrared light. The majority of Earth's atmosphere, nitrogen and oxygen are not good greenhouse gases. Small amount of greenhouse gases like water vapor, carbon dioxide traps and absorbs and re-emits the infrared radiation, increasing the temperature of the atmosphere. The greenhouse effect. The Earth's surface receives energy from two surface sources. One is the sun and the atmosphere. As a result, the Earth's surface is 33 degrees Celsius warmer than it would be without an atmosphere. The greenhouse effect is the rise in the temperature that the Earth experiences because of certain gases in the atmosphere that trap the energy from the sun. You can see in the picture, the sun sends the radiations and then it is reflected by the Earth and the atmosphere. Some of the infrared radiation is absorbed and re-emitted by the greenhouse gases. The effect of this is to warm the surface and lower the atmosphere. The electromagnetic spectrum is shown in this picture. We can see the infrared radiation, ultraviolet and visible rays. The incoming radiations will be UV rays and then outgoing gas will be the infrared rays. Due to greenhouse gases, the atmosphere absorbs more infrared energy than it releases to space, resulting in a net warming of Earth's atmosphere system and of surface temperature. Without the greenhouse effect, our temperature would drop and we would freeze. Greenhouse gases. The primary components of Earth's atmosphere, nitrogen and oxygen, do not have absorption in the higher wavelength range, therefore do not have a significant role in setting the surface temperature of the planet. Greenhouse gases are efficient in absorbing higher light. The most important greenhouse gases are water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxides. The sources of greenhouse gases includes carbon dioxide. The sources are fossil fuel burning, deforestation. Methane includes rice cultivation, cattle, sheep ranching, decay from landfills, mining. Nitrous oxides includes industry and agriculture. You can see in the picture the greenhouse gases, carbon dioxides, methane, chlorofluorocarbon, ozone and nitrous oxides. The greenhouse effect. The concept has been explained very clearly. The solar radiation from the sun is coming to the earth and then the reflected heat is sent back to the atmosphere. Some amount of gases or heat are trapped because of the blanket kind of greenhouse gases and then the earth is getting warmer. So this process we call it as greenhouse effect. Global warming, an increase in the Earth's average atmospheric temperature that causes corresponding changes in climate that may result from the greenhouse effect. The consequences of global warming are serious effects. It can cause extreme weather, increase in evaporation, sea level rises, temperature to rise. Economies such as agriculture, insurance, and transportation are also affected. Ecosystems such as forests, mountains, and ecological productivity are also affected. Health also affected by increasing the risk in spreading of diseases because of increasing heat. Efforts to stop global warming. We can stop the global warming by following different methodologies like 3 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle, then by minimizing drafts in our home, by preventing global warming by reducing our waste electricity usage, then using more efficient light bulbs, by turning down our water heaters, using renewable energy sources. Then one good way to prevent global warming is choosing to use power produced by alternative means rather than by burning the fossil fuels which gives out large amount of carbon dioxide. So we can use solar energy, wind energy, geothermal, hydro, etc. Next is about the ozone layer depletion. This is also one of the reasons for climate change. So this is our planet, solar system. You can see the Earth and its atmosphere in this picture. The main source of these halogen atoms in the stratosphere is photodissociation of chlorofluorocarbon CFC compounds commonly called freons and of bromofluorocarbons compounds known as halogens. Chlorofluorocarbons and other contributory substances are commonly referred to as ozone depleting substances ODS. Since the ozone layer prevents the most harmful UV wavelength 250 to 350 nanometer of ultraviolet light UV light from passing through the Earth's atmosphere, observed and projected decreases in ozone that we have. Coming to the percentage, Earth's atmosphere is a layer of gases surrounding the planet Earth. Dry air contains roughly 78% nitrogen, 20% oxygen, 0.9% argon, 0.03% of carbon dioxide, and trace amounts of other gases. Wet air also contains the above gases with a variable amount of water vapor, on an average around 1%. The atmosphere protects the life on the Earth by absorbing UV solar radiations, warming the surface through heat retention, greenhouse effect, and reducing temperature extremes between the day and night. Human being survival on Earth's surface is possible only because of its atmospheric composition, especially the oxygen content in it. Layers of Earth's atmosphere are shown: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. This is the stratospheric region where we have the ozone layer. Stratosphere is the second major layer of Earth's atmosphere. It is just above the troposphere and below the mesosphere. It is situated between 10 km and 50 km altitude. It is stratified in temperature with warmer layers higher up and cooler layers further down. This is in contrast to the troposphere near the Earth's surface, which is cooler higher up and warmer further down. Stratospheric ozone, the protector. Ozone concentrations are the greatest between 15 and 30 km above the surface of Earth. About 90% of ozone in Earth's atmosphere is contained in the stratosphere, while 10% is contained in the troposphere. Ozone is lethal when breathed in high dosage levels. Still, it remains a critical component of Earth's atmosphere because it absorbs harmful UV radiations. The most harmful effect of UV rays on human beings is that it damages the DNA molecules, which will continue to replicate, leading to dangerous forms of skin cancer. Destruction of ozone layer. The concentration of highly reactive chlorine compounds have a critical effect on ozone levels. The chlorine present in the stratosphere comes principally from chlorofluorocarbons, that is CFC. These CFCs are highly stable and non-toxic in the ground level and have a multitude of beneficial uses as refrigerants, industrial cleaning solvents, etc. CFCs can be destroyed through photocatalysis by extreme temperature and radiations present above ozone layer in the stratosphere. These molecules reach higher up and destroy the ozone layer. The destruction of ozone layer, it is shown in the graphical representation. Chlorofluorocarbon, when it is interacting with UV radiation, it removes the chlorine. This chlorine is removed as free radical. Remaining is the carbon and fluorine atoms. When this reacts with the ozone, what happens is it forms ClO, the free radical, which is very active chlorine. This will take up oxygen from the ozone and form ClO, leaving behind oxygen. This oxygen goes to the Earth's atmosphere. This ClO will be splitted as ClO. This will take oxygen and this will be forming as splitting into chlorine and oxygen. This chlorine, again the free radical, which is highly reactive, will deplete the ozone layer. This is how thinning of ozone layer takes place in the stratospheric region. It is noted that for cutting down of every tree, a zero point 0.1 nanometer size of hole is happened in the ozone layer. Animation explaining the ozone layer depletion. We can see that chlorine atom is taken by the UV radiation forming ClO. Now the chlorine is again splitted as free radical, leaving behind oxygen. This animation explains very clearly how ozone layer depletion takes place in the stratospheric region. Effects of ozone layer depletion. Effects on human health. It damages the genetic material in the skin cells, causing skin cancer. In fair-skinned people, it causes melanin cancer. Prolonged exposure results in slow blindness. It suppresses the immune responses in the humans and animals and aquatic organisms. Effects on aquatic system. It affects the aquatic forms such as phytoplankton, fishes, and larval crabs. Phytoplankton consumes large amount of carbon dioxide, and hence decrease in its concentration leads to more amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, leading to global warming. Effect on materials. Degradation of paints, plastics, and other polymeric material takes place. Effects on climate. The ozone depleting chemicals can contribute to the global warming, that is, increasing the average temperature of the Earth's surface. So, overall, we can see that global warming and greenhouse effect and ozone layer depletion results in climate change. So, we have discussed about the what is the reason, causes, effects, and control measures. Let's all work for a safer generation, safer nature to have a clean future. Thank you all.